Intrusive thoughts are unwanted, often disturbing thoughts that pop into our minds and can be difficult to control. These thoughts can be about anything from harm coming to ourselves or others to socially inappropriate behaviors or any other topic, but are usually negative. Intrusive thoughts are more common than you might think, and they can be particularly distressing to those who experience them. In this video, I will explain the biology behind intrusive thoughts and at the end of the video offer 5 practical steps to manage them. First, let's talk about the biology behind intrusive thoughts. At some level, everyone experiences intrusive thoughts, but we filter them. They are often associated with anxiety and can be caused by an overactive amygdala. The amygdala is the part of the brain that is responsible for processing emotions, particularly fear and anxiety. When we experience anxiety, the amygdala can become hyperactive, leading to the generation of intrusive thoughts. Let me give you an example. Think of your brain as a radio station. Normally, your brain is tuned to your favorite station, playing the music you love. However, when anxiety kicks in, it's like a storm. It has hit the airwaves. Suddenly, the music is interrupted by static and interference. Intrusive thoughts are like the static and interference disrupting the normal functioning of our brain. Let's consider another example. We enjoy oceans and beaches when the waves are mild. However, when a storm hits, it disrupts the rhythm of the waves. Similarly, anxiety disrupts the normal rhythm of the thoughts in the brain and the response of the body. Intrusive thoughts can have a significant impact on our day-to-day lives. They are negative, repetitive, and no matter how much we know that they are not rational or someone reassures us, they keep coming back and harass us. Therefore, they can feel really draining. They can create a cycle of insecurity, fear, and sometimes even lead to negative emotions and despair. Now let's see how this might happen. Consider David, who experienced intrusive thoughts. Every time he went out of the house, he experienced intrusive thoughts that he might harm someone. He understood that these were not rational, but they continued to harass him. Let's think about his stress map. He experienced intrusive thoughts, I might harm someone. This led to emotions of fear and anxiety, leading to the brain and body's fight and flight response to anxiety, leading to palpitations, sweating, tingling. Whenever he went out, this led to behaviors that he stopped going out, resulting in loss of a social life. It perpetuated the cycle and slowly he started to feel depressed. He started to avoid situations, which meant that it was just perpetuating the thoughts more every time he went out. He was not treating the problem, just hiding from it. So how can we manage these intrusive thoughts? Let me give you 5 top tips. First, self-awareness. Unless you recognize them, it is difficult to do anything about them. Second, when mild, distraction can help with intrusive thoughts. Do some activity that you enjoy. Number 3, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment and paying attention to our thoughts without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we learn to observe our thoughts without becoming attached to them. This can help us recognize when we are experiencing intrusive thoughts and allows us to let them pass without getting caught up in them. Number 4, another helpful technique is to practice cognitive restructuring. This involves challenging negative or distorted thoughts and replacing them with more positive and realistic ones. For example, if you are having an intrusive thought about harming someone, you can challenge that thought by reminding yourself that you have no intention of actually doing so and that it is just a thought. So ask yourself, is this thought true? What evidence do I have that supports or contradicts this thought? Now, replace this thought with, I may get this thought, but I now have the skill to overcome it. Write this in your thought diary every time you have these thoughts. Number 5, you may wish to consider therapy because sometimes past trauma can be a cause and may need to be dealt with. It is important to seek professional help if intrusive thoughts are interfering with your day-to-day life. A mental health professional can provide additional strategies and support to manage these intrusive thoughts. So if you experience intrusive thoughts, I want you to do this today. Create your intrusive thoughts stress map like we did earlier. Then start a thought diary, and every time you experience an intrusive thought, log it there. In the next column, add a challenging or rationalizing statement of the thought. Keep repeating this exercise. Watch my next video here, and if you want to learn more on how to live a more fulfilled life, subscribe to my channel here. And of course, if you learned something useful, like it, share it, tell it to all the people you know. Thank you for watching.